Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got a good one today. Got my guy checking in. Walk that talk. Pat Cole. He was a legend at North Carolina Central. He was the MEAC Player of the Year. A few years. Come out of Newark, New Jersey. Named Pat Cole. We're gonna catch up with my guy today. Talk on his legendary career. What he got going on and all that. His coaching career. Here go my guy Pat. Send that request, Pat. We're gonna catch up with my guy, man. I think he coaching with legendary coach Rasheed Wallace now. Coach of high school. AAU out of North Carolina. What's up, everybody checking in? What's up, what's up, what's up? I think Pat coming up right now. There we go, there we go.
Yo.
What's up, my guy?
What's up, man? How you been?
All right. Good, man. Good. How you been, man? Through the pandemic and all that, man.
Yeah, man. I can't complain too much. The pandemic it been a blessing to me. You know what I mean? Just being able to think, get some business done. You know what I mean? Kind of slowed the world down, so you ain't always ripping and running. Kind of been able to get some planning in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So where you at, man? You out there in Carolina, right, man?
Yeah, man. After I graduated from Central, I played a couple years overseas, but I relocated down here with my girlfriend, so I ended up just staying down here.
All right. Yeah, man. I know your story, man. I want to catch up with you, man. Let you walk that talk, man.
Yeah.
Let people know where you really came from, how you got started in the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you come from North, but
Man.
Let the world know where you come from, how you got started with the game of basketball, man. Coming out.
I'm for people that don't know me, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised. I actually, moved down to North Carolina a little bit when I was younger. I lived down there for about 3 years, where my mother got me started in the sports. The first thing she got me started in, what a lot of people don't know, is soccer.
Okay.
Actually started playing. Yeah, the way they had it was we kind of played every position. Mm-hmm. So no matter whatever position you played, then one game, the next game you had to play another one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my first love kind of grew with soccer.
Yeah.
But then my mother, for some reason moved back to Newark, and in Newark, New Jersey, there ain't really much soccer going on.
It's soccer, but different kind of soccer.
No. You have basketball, football, or you in the streets. That's pretty much the three options you got. And my mother be damned if she was letting me go be in the streets. Yeah. So, basketball was what she found for me up at St. Rocco's.
Oh, St. Rocco's. That's where you went to school? Yeah. With St. Rocco's?
I just played for PASS, the program PASS, Paul, Pleasant, Tim McPleasant.
Yep.
Yeah, they was kind of my I'm a St. Rocco's baby, man.
A lot of people came out of St.
Yeah, man. You always got to pay homage to them, man. They was my first, that's where I first touched the basketball at.
Yeah.
They love, bro.
North Rams AAU practice.
Yeah. I played with the crazy thing is I played with Kyrie Irving on that team.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't in I actually played up a little bit. I was in like the 5th or 6th grade. Kaz like a year older than me, so he was in like the 7th grade. And then I think Fat Man and them were in like the 8th grade. Fat Man, Booby, all of them were in like the 8th grade. So it was me, Kyrie, Kenny, and a couple of other guys that was on that 7th grade team.
Everybody started in North Rams. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Coach B had it all. He had them all.
Yeah. Everybody. You had your cousin Jeff, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's where that relationship kind of grew from.
Yeah. He put a lot of people on, man.
Yeah.
So coming up in elementary, what elementary school you started at, man?
I went to Tame Academy, man. I went to the first KIPP school in New Jersey. I was there. But kind of, with the basketball thing, and seeing my fellow like friends and stuff playing in, the public school league, the North Public School League at the,
Playing
Yeah, I wanted to play.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my mother was like, well,
Play them tough 10 games.
yeah. And it was like, I'm like, man, I want to play in that because Team Academy didn't have a basketball team.
In other city, you get to play.
No.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, my mother was like, well, I think about it this, that, and the third. So my 8th grade year, she sent me to Maple Ave.
Yeah, we used to play that.
Maple Ave.
I went to Bellsburg. I don't know if it was open still when you went.
You went to Velsburg?
Yeah. I went to
Okay,
Vellsburg.
Velsburg was open because Aunt and them went there. Yeah.
Yeah. Back when I played, our team was kind of loaded, so we used to like going to play against other teams from the hood.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to go to North Public School.
That's how we kind of met everybody.
Exactly, and that's how it was for me. Like all my friends that I had, because I played basketball a lot in the 5th, 6th grade. Outside of my school, it was like I would be playing with them, and all of them were in North Public schools. Playing against each other, and I'm just like,
high school. You like what? Y'all playing that? They're like, nah, we play what side?
Exactly. It's like being that young and you see your friends, and I'm just like, man, I want to play in that. So she sent me to Midwest, and my 8th grade year kind of took off. I probably was, I was probably one of the top kids coming out of 8th grade. I had University wanted me to come there. Gaylord at Science wanted me to come there. I played with Zoo Crew, so of course OG wanted me to come to Central. Lou Grimsley wanted me to come to Shabazz. The only school I ain't really hear from was Weequay. But other than that, like all other high schools, my mother graduated in my, Will, I don't know if you know Jamal. Will, he played at Westside. That connection came in that. So it was like I kind of took off 8th grade year going into high school.
All right. So you decide to go to where? What high school you go to, man?
I ended up, this decision was my mother's. I wanted to go to university.
Was Coach Eli?
Yeah, but my brother was there, Avent. Sahad Deutsch. That was like my brother. I had a lot of people. Yeah, I knew a lot of people that knew. Like, I'm like, man, I want to go to university, play at university. This look fun. It ain't far from the house. Like, look like I'm going to have a good 4-year career. He was saying that I was going to play 4 years of varsity. So I'm just like, man, I want to go to uni. My brother there makes the most sense. My mother, on the other hand, was like, no, you're not going there because you know too many people there. You ain't going to be focused on your books and this, that, and the third. You're going to be in trouble, la, 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 la. So she's like, you're going to get a new experience. So she ended up sending me to science. So I went to science part freshman year. And that just whole year, I kind of didn't let Gaylord grab hold of me. I was kind of being rebellious because I didn't want to be there. So, it was kind of, I made the varsity team. I was on the varsity team with Rob, Boo. I was on the, me and Ray were the only two, Ramon Johnson were the only 2 freshmen that made varsity my freshman year. And, I kind of was being rebellious. And, I didn't want to go. So after that summer, going into my sophomore year, I, ended up transferring to go to St. Anthony's.
You played for Coach Hurley?
Yeah, well, I didn't play for Coach Hurley. I practiced with them sometimes, but, he ran our workouts. He had a working relationship with the JV team. But
was Coach Canada there?
Coach
Canada? Was he an assistant?
Nah, Gamble.
Gamble. Oh, all right.
Gamble, B. Crawford. Not Crawford, Coleman. B. Coleman.
Yeah, I know Coleman.
Yeah, Ed Malloy. Those were the guys that were there when I was there. That was Dominique Cheek senior year.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Cheek. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So so when I transferred there that's a totally different. You get that's a different beast.
Yeah.
I always tell people that.
The intensity and the mindset, basketball go up. You know what I mean?
Hey man, I tell people and I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of where basketball took off for me.
You're like, whoa! You see people take basketball
to a different,
You're like, whoa! And then you understand why they win.
No, you do because the work they put in is crazy.
Yeah, it's just the practice, the preparation for it.
Yeah.
But the game.
Yeah, but it's like lifting. You lift before practice, then you got practice, Then it's the, then you got, the next day you come back, morning lift, school, afternoon lift. Work, like they don't, like it was no joke there.
Yeah, ain't no days off.
Nah.
A lot of kids can't handle that. They don't understand.
No. And I'm gonna be honest. Like I always tell people, I wish I would have stayed there.
Yeah.
But again, like I, and this is why I'm able to do what I do now. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But if going back looking at it, if I stay there the rest of my high school career, I'll probably end up high major somewhere. Just going through what Coach Hurley already had in plan. Like if you're not like a super ready freshman, you don't play varsity until about your junior year. That's not allowed. Freshmen, sophomores, they play freshman, then they play JV, and then you move into varsity. That is how he run his program, and he always ran it that way.
Ain't no skipping steps unless
you don't skip steps.
unless you put in the work. It shows that you done what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You
got skills, you know what I mean? You're doing the right thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Coach Hurley definitely put you where you belong, man. You know what I'm saying?
So,
because Eli went there. Huh? I can't hear you.
No, I said Hurley different.
Yeah, different. So after your so you leave there, and when you go to it after your sophomore year?
After my sophomore year, so the reason so let me go back. The reason I transferred again from there was because of that mental aspect. I wasn't mentally prepared to be there, right? Like I thought I was good, but that kind of work that they was putting in, I just wasn't ready to sacrifice the travel.
Yeah. Because North, you know what I mean? Not to knock on that, but the elementary school wasn't like, even for me when I went to St. Pat's, it was different. You're like, whoa, wait, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is different type basketball. You know what I mean? You like it, but at the same time, it's different. You know what I mean? I'm like, I admit that. I look back at myself like, man, if I was more on it when I was young back then, it would have been different. High school.
You see it now. So you see it now, and I just, always say, like, I say it to myself, like, dang, I should have stuck with that. But, I end up, because, I had to take 2 buses in the path to get to St. Anthony's. So, I'm from the South Ward, so, it's a little hike to get to school every day. Now I'm getting to school, got to be in school. Now I'm staying after. So my days, I'm not getting home till
the days is
9 o'clock.
Yeah. The days is long. Like 12.
You sleeping at 5:30 in the morning and you ain't getting home to 9 o'clock at night. Mentally, I just wasn't ready for that. At that stage of my life.
Full-time job.
Literally. So I always, mentally, I just wasn't ready for that. I wish right now that I had somebody that just was like, no, you going to stay there. I wish I had somebody to do that. Like, don't transfer him, keep him there. Because in the long run, I probably would have been very appreciative of that.
So, definitely would have. So as I said, you make a move to where? What high school you make a move to?
I transferred back to my city. I told my mother, I said, well, if I'm leaving here, I'm going to play for somebody I know very well, close relationship with. It ain't no twists and turns. He gonna give it to you straightforward. He's gonna let you know exactly what it is and what it is not. So I transferred to North Central and went to go play for Sean McCray. Everybody know him as OG.
I do, OG. Yeah. As you said, coach gave it to you straight, right? He didn't play with you.
Nah, he gave it to you straight, and that's what I always to this day respected about him. He's a youth advocate. He don't expect nothing back from the kids. He give everything he have. And I just was very appreciative at that time.
That's my guy, OG, man. I remember OG started Zoo Crew. High school. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When he very first started, when he first came on the scene with it. So I seen it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Where he is now. I mean, I even had a AAU team.
Yeah.
Connecticut. I brought him down to play this
the Zuku Summer League.
Yeah, one league. Like that's like one of the hottest leagues in Jersey right now.
Yeah.
Like people don't recognize it. There's a lot of competition in that league. So yeah, he definitely put on for the city. OG, man. I got
Yeah.
you the
Oh, the crazy thing is he just joined. We talking about you right now. Oh.
yeah, that's my dude, OG. You already know,
Yeah,
man.
we on that little we on your segment now. Now see, this is what people don't realize, right? Like OG is never that coach that's gonna go out and try to recruit kids.
Yeah.
Like OG always, because me and him had plenty talks, man. And he always just told me, whack, like if they gonna come, they gonna come. Like if they not, they not. Like I'm a coach was here. Like
Yeah.
I'm not, telling the kid, giving them promises, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna just coach the guys that I got, right?
Yeah.
And coming from St. Anthony's, man, the mindset there is like, man, this is basketball or bust. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? At the big year under like that, and then coming into this, again, it was another change that I had to get adapted to.
Yeah.
Because not OG, but the guys that I'm playing with, right? Like the mindset, like I'm playing with guys that like aren't basketball or bust because they got so many other things that's going on in their life. They ain't worried about, a basketball.
Yeah,
Like,
they're taking this, they're just doing it for right.
Simple stuff like that.
Like, it's just high school activity for them. It's not something they're looking to go on.
There you go.
Once the practice is over, you know it's going.
You know it. They trying to make it in the house. You know what I mean?
They're trying to find something to eat for the night.
There you go. You know what I mean? So they had like a lot of different stuff that was, going on in their lives, because, that's, again, a North public school. And, we know the kids in our city. But, my first year it wasn't a struggle. I wasn't allowed to play varsity because of the transfer rule. You know what I mean? So I tried hard to get on the team, but they was going into the state tournament. So I was like, I ain't even going to fight it, whack. You know what? Just play JV. And, obviously you'll play varsity, your junior year. So I just was like, cool. Because I was trying to help them, do whatever I could to help them, go deep in the state tournament my sophomore year. But just like, nah, don't even force it. So I ended up playing JV, finishing JV out my sophomore year. Going into my junior year, we was loaded. We was loaded.
Who you had?
It was my brother, Avent. We had Johnny. He just came off a year where he was averaging damn near 30. We had we had Andrew Tomlin, that played with Next Level. Leaf McCray, transferred from Science. I think
y'all had some talent over there, man.
Man, we was loaded. It was me, myself. We was loaded, dog. Like Big Ray, I forgot. Like Big Ray transferred in. Brandon, Kameen was on that team. Man, we had a lot of guys. Like Fu was in and out because OG was trying to, that's OG baby. So he was trying to grab hold of Fu back, get him back acclimated.
Did y'all win the state that year?
Nah, we lost it. We had University beat. Couple mental plays by me, and a couple mental errors by some other guys late in the game kind of cost us that win. We was up on them in the sectional championship with like a minute 18 left. And Brandon kind of hit the little floater in the lane, beat us to send them, over us in the sectional final. It was very heartbreaking because it was like
that Jersey State tournament be serious, man.
Nah, it'd be serious. And that was, I think, our third time playing University. Oh, see, I didn't even remember that. I fouled out.
The state tournament.
Yeah, I didn't even remember. So it was a bunch of stuff that happened, and I just saw the faces in that locker room after that loss. My brother was livid. I ain't never seen him like that. And I just saw those, those faces in there, and I'm just like, I'm a junior, so I'm coming back. We feel like this again. I don't care who we play, who we got to run into. St. Anthony, St. Pat's, like everybody's getting this work. Like
once you get that first bite of the state tournament, you're like, okay,
I want more. I want more. So going into my senior year, I think we probably were together the most since I've been at Central.
I was focused.
Yeah, like the team that was coming back kind of saw that we had something special.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
like I was saying earlier, well, not on here, but I was talking to my business partner, and I was telling them like everybody's not a visionary person.
Yeah. They just some
Who have
people just put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You draw it up,
exactly.
and they'll ride with you. You
They're
know what
right, exactly.
I
So
mean?
once the guys saw like, hold on, we really might be good.
Yeah.
The guys that were coming back kind of bought into that, going into our senior year, man. And again, I still talk to some of them guys to this day. You know what I mean? Like they bought in so much. Like the program changed from not really caring about basketball to like, yo, this might be a basketball school now.
Yeah. It could be a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Like a North powerhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like going into that scene, yeah, everybody just bought in.
Yeah.
That summer wasn't a struggle to get people to play in summer
Everybody
league.
told-
Everybody showed
everybody-
up games. We lost to Nia Prep and OG Zuku Summer League Championship. We only had 6 guys. Some guys had some other things to do, but we lost to a Nia Prep team that obviously had reclass kids. So they were like a little bit older than us. You know, they could have guys from all over, but we didn't. We lost to them in overtime. So thinking to ourselves like, man, if we could compete with them, compete with anybody in this state, you know what I mean? And going into my senior year, that was kind of our attitude for real. But like great team, you have hiccups along the way. We lost a couple games that we should have, that we shouldn't have lost. But overall, that senior year was amazing, dog. 30-5. We end up winning the state championship over a great young team. My man Big Ray got MVP. He had like 29 and 16. We was loaded that year, man.
My bad. Part yourself. I'm back. Part yourself. Yep.
Most
So
history facts.
So going from your senior year, man, I'm quite sure you had a few schools looking at you, man. What made you the decision to make the schools you chose? The first school, man.
I ended up leaving there, going to the Robinson School because my senior year after the season, I had kind of some different schools. So I had Nia. Alif is kind of like my uncle. He knew my mother since I was like a baby. So he watched me grow up, and I was enrolled actually in his school when I was younger. And he kind of just was there for me a lot of the time. So leaving high school, he was talking to my mother like, yeah, we'll bring Pat in, no problem. Help his recruiting, this, that, and the third. And he had some man, mind you, he had some hitters over there. Kelvin and Mayo.
Keep going.
I forgot the big kid that went to St. John's. He had he had a bunch of guys over there, man. I think Alki was playing with him that time. He had Thomas. He had a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vince had told me about that team when he was on the podcast a few months ago.
Yeah. So I had them 2 options because Vince kind of went and did his own thing with the Robinson School. But I had, coming out of my senior year, I had Division I schools and I was qualified, but I had broke my foot. I broke my foot playing at ISA over in New York.
Why?
Yeah, we was in the semifinal game. I was playing with Nia Prep in it. We were playing against I forgot who we was playing against, but they had a couple kids from the academy. It was a real good team.
But I tell people about IS8, man.
Yeah, I bring your game, not your name.
Yeah. How competitive was IS8, man?
Yeah, super. Like you'll find some kids that you don't even know their name and they be extremely good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they live just to play their IS8. They ain't care about playing nowhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate it. Yeah, I got it still. And I think the play before somebody had fell underneath the court and they didn't wipe up the sweat. So when we were pressing, I had the dude tried to make a crossover. I stole it, went up for a layup, and when I came down, I slipped. And when I slipped, that's when I broke the bone on the side of my foot. and that kind of pushed me back. So going prep was like probably my only option, because like at that point every school fell off of me. Obviously they didn't damage goods. They don't want damaged goods. So I kind of had to go to prep school. So I went to the Robinson School. I had a pretty successful career there. Vince helped me get back in shape. Vince is a big running guy. He probably ran us literally to death, being there. So he got me back in shape, and I ended up signing my letter of intent to go to Coppin State under Fang Mitchell. Freshman year. Yeah, I played at Coppin my freshman year.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
How was your college experience at Coppin your first year?
It was a cool experience, man. Coppin is a commuter school. You know what I mean? Like it really isn't a big campus, whole lot of like a lot of the people commute around from Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
So it wasn't like a lot of people on campus, but I mean it was a pretty together campus because again it's so small, so everybody know everybody. You know what I mean? So it was a pretty good experience, man. My thing was I wasn't leaving for no other reason than I just wanted to play at a higher level. My very first Division I game, we played USC Southern California, had 25 on them. Then when they had like my second game, we played Texas, had 17 on them. So I was scoring. I was playing pretty well against some quality opponents. And my freshman year, I ended up making the All MEAC rookie team. Averaged like 10 points. And then after the year, I'm just like, Fang wanted me to come back, but I just was like, I'm gonna enter the transfer portal because I feel like, I can play at a higher level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing that against those Pac-12, Big 12.
No doubt. So after Coppin State, what school you go to after Coppin State?
After Coppin State, I ended up meeting a guy. We ended up playing Loyola, Maryland that season. And a guy named Jimmy Patsos that coached under Gary Williams at Maryland. He was his assistant. He took over Loyola Maryland program, big Under Armour guy. And, we played against them, and they guards kind of really couldn't stay in front of me. So when I entered the transfer portal, they kind of called me and told me that was the reason why, Patsos wanted me to come up to Siena. He had just a job up there. And when I went on my visit, man, it just kind of was a no-brainer to commit to go there. We play in an arena downtown. I'm talking about NBA size arena.
Downtown Albany.
All downtown Albany. You're probably like Siena's probably has the second biggest fan base besides Syracuse up there. Siena fan base is crazy. When you allow fans, they literally pack that arena out.
Yeah, they do.
So, the fan base is crazy. The alumni are great. Siena was a great experience. It just, again, was a situation where I was coming off of a sit-out year, and everybody was literally returning. We graduated no one from the year we won the CBI championship. So I have a tournament. I have one of the 4 NCAA tournament championships. I have that under my belt. I wasn't able to play in the game, but I did practice and go through the whole season with them guys. And we won the CBI my sit-out year. So the year that I was able to play, everybody was returning. So finding minutes for me on a returning team that just won a championship, coach was kind of, saying that it was going to be tough, and I had to ride it out, this, that, and the third. And again, not being mentally strong, I really wasn't trying to hear that. Again, because I just was so confident in my ability that I wanted to play now.
You was ready to get busy, like coach.
I just here.
I'm ready to get busy.
Yeah, trying to I put all this work in. I'm running, hitting it 3 times a day. Y'all traveling. I'm in the gym getting shots. I'm putting a lot of work in to come back, ready rock and roll. And I'm only 7-8 minutes a game.
Yeah, you playing, coach. You playing.
I just wasn't mentally prepared to just, kind of ride it out to my senior year. So, obviously leaving there, I ended up at North Carolina Central.
That's when the story takes off.
Yes, that's kind of things took off for me, man. Coach Moten and I really can't make this up. Like, he literally verbatim told me that I would probably be sitting here if I came to North Carolina Central. It's sitting exactly where I'm at. Top 50 all time. Was one of the best players in the country my senior year. You know, he kind of envisioned that before I ever stepped foot on that campus. You know, so just now that it's actually reality, I always tip my hat to him. I always show appreciation and told him, you know, I'll always be thankful for the opportunity that he gave me and the platform that he gave me to kill.
I wanted to ask you, how was it playing for HBCU at the Division I level?
Very underfunded.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest difference between winning and losing against big schools.
Yeah.
I think if HBCUs were funded more, the playing field would be easy, and it would be level. And the only reason why I feel that way is because, again, I played multiple of them, because you got to play money games again, because we funded. But we didn't look at them as money games.
I think you had a high against a money game. Then you had a high in college.
Yeah, Ohio State, I had 28 on them. Yeah.
Oh, look at you, like Ohio State.
Like that, because it's like I never looked at them as like Ohio State. I just looked at them like, yo, you put your sneakers on just like me, fam. Like, you still have to guard, just like I got to go. So
you gonna get this work no matter what jersey you have.
I don't care if you got a Duke jersey. Like, you still have to play basketball at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, that jersey ain't.
Still got to go in.
Yeah, that, like, some people feel like the jersey gets you out of situations. Well, not with me. Yeah. Like, I don't care what jersey you got on. We still got to play this game.
I don't care what jersey you got on today. You better have two for that.
No, but it was like, it's just always my attitude. But I just noticed. Yeah, I just noticed playing at that level, that is really no separation. Like, the separation is in the facilities. The facilities are what's the separation. They got like their training room are like Olympic level training room.
That's the track students.
You know what I mean? And then you got like the practice facilities. They got the video monitors and stuff in the practice gym. Like, their facility, they got 3-4 practice gyms. So their facilities is just different.
Oh man, I'm tripping. My bad.
Nah, you good.
My phone was playing out. But as you were saying, keep going.
No, I was saying that their facilities is just their facilities. That's the difference. Yeah.
So as you get player of the year, man, how was that? How was player of the year?
It just went, you know, to the work I put in, man. Like, I worked extremely hard from my junior year to going into my senior year. You know, I put in a lot of work. I was waking up at like 5, you know, go to class 8, back in the gym at 1, and then I'll get shots up or get an individual workout in at like 6, 7. So and that was like my whole summer routine, man. Like, I wasn't home. You know, I was kind of a man on a mission. You know, my junior year didn't go as I planned. And then it didn't go as Coach Moulton planned either. He thought we was going to be really good, but we ended up kind of being a bust. We finished middle of the pack and lost in like the quarterfinals of the conference tournament. So, you know, going into my senior year, I'm just like, man, I can't go out of college without a championship. I can't leave college, you know, just empty-handed and being known as a loser. Like, no one likes a loser.
I don't think you was a loser in college, man.
No. Not going into my senior year, man. Like, my senior year was the first year that, you know, we took off, man. Like, we beat Missouri that year. Our non-conference record was like 9-2. We lost to LSU and Ohio State. No, 9-3. We lost to Marshall too. So we only lost 3 games non-conference. Then we ended up losing 3 games, 4 games. So we was like 25-7, I think, or 26-7 or something like that.
I got my notes over here, so I'm trying to cheat. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, man.
You catch me over there cheating. Look, I'm trying to read my notes.
Nah, you good. You good, man.
All right. So, I mean, I'm just checking off the list of what I asked you already, so I'll ask the same question twice. I mean?
Nah, you good, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at your career highs, man.
Yeah.
You was like more of a combo guard. You like to score,
Yeah.
but you also like to assist too. You know what I mean?
Probably the best part of my game, like my IQ. I love passing the ball, man. You know, Magic Johnson's my favorite player of all time. And when you watch
who?
Magic Johnson.
Definitely. That was one of my favorite first players because he was like the first big guard. And you couldn't tell him he was a big man. Like,
nope.
Coach, but look, people don't tell him he's a center.
Yeah.
Like, that's Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
nah. He
Magic.
was big. He could
handle.
Coaches at my time that only want to see one Magic Johnson. Like, everybody can't beat Magic Johnson.
Nah, Magic is my favorite player, man. Like, I just was always fascinated at how his misdirection game was just probably second to none.
Yeah, like, he must lead you this way, and the ball come back that way. LeBron James do it a lot, but people think LeBron. I'm like, nah.
I don't think it's not the same, man. It's not the same.
The only thing that separates them is the athletic ability.
Yes.
Like LeBron wasn't that. Magic wasn't as athletic as LeBron. That's why people. But if he was, there would be no comparison.
Yeah. No. It wouldn't.
No comparison.
Yeah, because Magic
did everything.
Able to translate to today.
Yeah. Magic did everything he did before he did it. Way before he did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of like passing is probably my best attribute. I always love passing.
I see your career high as assist was what, 13 or 18?
13.
13. Okay. And your high. I'm out here in Kentucky. I see your high was against in college. Northern Kentucky. Yeah. I think my college coach, John Bannon, was the coach at that time, Northern Kentucky.
Tall guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Probably definitely was.
He's the head coach of Cincinnati now.
John Bannon. Yeah, he probably definitely was. Yeah, man, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, seriously, that trip really was like a frustration because that was during Thanksgiving. Yeah. And, like, we had to be on the road for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you didn't like that. You wanted to come home.
Nah, my team, none of us liked that. So we was really just like, yo, whoever we playing, like, they're going to feel this. Like they're going to feel this anger. Like,
I remember watching that game.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game. Northern Kentucky's on right on the border of Cincinnati and Kentucky. Like
40, oh, yeah.
45 minutes from where I'm at in Lexington.
Oh, okay.
So I was watching that game like, oh, man. They're like, they out here in KY. So I'm like, my boy about to put on, watch this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, man, listen, I'm telling you, that was our mindset. The whole bus ride, we just like, yo, this is some BS, man. Like, we really, like, I'm trying to go mac and cheese, yams, turkey. Like, I'm trying to go eat, be with my family. But we got to play a basketball game, so okay.
Yeah, the game was on ESPN, wasn't
it? I think it was ESPN, like, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. You was getting busy on my man. My coach John Bannon didn't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
Triple team doing everything. A half court, full court. You was getting by his guards. I'm like,
I think that was probably one of my best plays when I broke that press that by myself. Yeah, that was probably one of my best plays my career. Kind of broke through they press by myself.
Yeah. Talk about how was it playing in the MEAC tournament, man, and all that, man.
My first year playing in that, I kind of had to talk to Jeff because I'm a guy like when I go into uncharted territories, I kind of like try to find people that been through it before and try to.
So you get that cheat code.
Exactly.
You talk to some experience.
Exactly. Always. So I called him and I was talking to Jeff, and Jeff was telling me like, just take it. What'd you say?
Funny you speaking on that because that's a lot of things kids today don't like to do. Do their research on something.
You gotta do your research
before you go.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
you're absolutely right, man. A lot of kids just want to dive straight into it.
I mean?
You gotta kind of stand at the like it's like jumping in a pool. If you ain't never jumped in before, like you don't know what that's going to do to you. So you
Yeah.
kind of talk to somebody that did it before, so they give you pointers of how to be successful with jumping in that pool. So that's kind of how I treat everything. Like even with coaching, you can ask Malik, you can ask Mo. I use Mo and coach for coaching all the time. You know what I mean? I call him, coach, we going into a championship. We going into a tournament championship game. Like, what's the mindset as from a coach? I know it from a player, but as a coach, what's the mindset going into it? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? So I kind of always have to do my due diligence and all people that been through things I'm trying to go through or I am going through now.
Successful. Try to go through and be successful.
Exactly.
What
The
helped you?
first, what'd you say?
No, you said you're trying to get some experience to find out
Yeah,
how.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's right. No, that's facts. Like I definitely was so my first year obviously wasn't successful when I was at Coppin. Went out first round. I didn't really feel it much because, I was a freshman.
Yeah.
You think I got 3 more years, I'm good.
That time move like that. Summers go by, school back, summer go by. You like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
I'm a senior. Oh yeah. Nah, that time go by quick, man. Then my junior year, it's like each year I played, it's like we got a step closer. So it was my junior year when we went, we
like
won the first round game.
Kept knocking. He was right there at the door knocking every year.
Yeah, so I got out the first round. We beat Howard by 1.
Yeah.
Then we lost to Norfolk State in the quarter. They kind of smacked us up there.
They got a pretty good team. Who's on their team? I know.
Short from New York.
Who?
Jeff Short.
Oh, okay.
Like a big guard, could shoot the ball, really stroke it. I'm trying to think who else was on there. That's really the only one I really. Oh, they had Charles Oliver from Jersey.
Oh, yeah. That's a good player right there.
Yeah, Charles Oliver, light skinned shooter, sniper.
Yeah, no folks. They always sneak some people in there.
Yeah. They try to stay with a Jersey or New York kid in there.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah.
always that can go.
Yeah. Nah, Charles Oliver is good, man, and those are really the only 2 that I knew on that team. The rest of the guys were like filling guys, but they kind of beat us up in the second round of the tournament. That year. So, that ended our season, and that one kind of hurt a little bit. Going into my senior year, my mindset really was just just take everything. Like I literally, my mindset was like, I wanted everything. I wanted player of the year. I wanted first team all conference. I wanted to be an All-American. I wanted to be first team everything. I wanted to win the conference. Like everything. Like that was the mindset. You know what I mean?
You pretty much did win everything this year, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I grabbed that. Yeah, we grabbed everything. We ain't leave nothing on the table. We was the regular champions.
I'm trying to cheat.
Yeah.
I look at my notes. You did win.
Yeah, no. I see no food on the table for nobody else. We took it all.
You picked up a lot of awards I'm looking at, man, your senior year, man. Bar Town National Player of the Year.
Yeah.
In the ABC All District, the MEAC Player of the Year, ECCSI First Team,
Mm-hmm.
the MEAC Most Outstanding Player.
Yeah.
So you was doing the damn thing, man.
Nah, yeah, I wasn't, man. There was just no playing around that senior year, man. Like that state award was big to me because that's from all the schools in the state. Yeah. Like that's out all the colleges in the state. Duke.
In North Carolina, there's a lot of big colleges in North Carolina.
A lot of big colleges. NC State. So it's like those teams are out of all the schools. So that award was really big to me, being first team, all state and for Division I. That was pretty.
Duke in North Carolina is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Which bars? All the boys out there.
NC State, all of that. Yeah.
So you made first team.
I made first team. Yeah, I was first team, all state. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it sounded like to me you was walking that talk out there.
Basically, yeah, I definitely was walking that talk. I definitely was. You know what I mean? Like, man, again, that was just the mindset. It really was just, I did not want to leave college like not winning anything. Like, I had to leave my like legacy. I had to leave my stamp on something. Cause it's this one quote that Coach Moten always told us that stuck with me. It was like he said it at the beginning of the year. He said, "Man, what y'all need to realize is, you know, you have a birth date and you have a death date, but the only thing that matters is that dash in between.
Yeah,
Like,
what you did in between.
yeah." And so I wanted to make sure that that dash in between really meant something.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that was
Definitely. So you go through your senior year, you graduate, man. You say you go overseas. Where you play at overseas?
I played. What did I play at overseas? I played my first year. I went to Kosovo. This was the broke up Yugoslavia. It was a country over there. Was making good money. But the thing that the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that there's no players union overseas, and I think it may be one in certain leagues or like a small one or something. But like if you're not getting paid over there, you're just not getting paid over there. Like they don't have to answer to nobody unless you file like a suit with the fee. Then at that point, it's like they could just file for bankruptcy, so they don't really have to pay you still. You know, and so I kind of ran into a situation over there. Like they really don't play when you go pro overseas. Is you either winning or you're losing. They don't care about your numbers. So if you're not winning the basketball games, they will not pay you and try to say the sponsors ain't give us the money and all this other stuff. So it was a kind of a tricky situation, a different situation for me, because I really wasn't obviously used to anything like that. So I kind of ended up coming back home after like a couple months of being over there. So I ended up coming back home. And then, my first year was back and forth. So then I went to Bosnia. And when I went to Bosnia, that situation was a little bit different because the team I went to really wasn't like dedicated around basketball and winning. It was kind of like a uncle ran team because in that country the uncle got all this money. You know what I mean? It was kind of one of those deals where
Mom and pop AAU team.
The type deal, yeah. But it was just like at a higher level overseas. But it was first league overseas, but it just wasn't like the organization wasn't like a basketball organization. So that was another tough situation. So then I stayed over there for a little bit. Then I ended up coming back home. And my last place I ended up was probably my best place when I ended up in Hungary. I ended up in Hungary for the remainder of the year, from January to about June. I was over there for about 6 months, and that was my best place. I had some career games over there. I had like a 40-point triple double. I had some 35 plus games. I led us. We was the 8th seed in the playoffs. We ended up beating the 1 seed for one game because it's a best of 3 series. Ended up beating us 2-1. But that team has never beaten that team before, so that was big. But it was that first year was kind of rough.
Yeah, rough. So you go through your first year, and you come back to Carolina coaching. You right? Am I right?
No. I actually was in the G League draft.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I went and tried to. Yeah.
So how was the process?
Well, nowadays you can't just enter it no more. You got to get an NBA team to sign off on it. So my cousin and my agent helped the Wizards. I had to go to their little open camp, and the Wizards ended up signing off on my G League draft. So I told my cousin going into that second year that, man, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'd rather stay over here than to be jump running back and forth over there, not getting paid. Like, this is nonsense. So I'm like, I'm going to try to stay over here. I'm going to put in all the work I need to put in to stay over here. Like, I'm not trying to go back over there. So, I ended up entering the draft, but I didn't get drafted. So that's when I was waiting to go back overseas, and Coach Wallace called.
Wallace, Coach Wallace is who you talking about? Rashid, Mr.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Ball don't lie.
Mr. Ball don't lie, Rashid Wallace, man.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I seen Rashid Wallace, I was in elementary school. It was the senior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
They came to Jersey. They played St. Pat's. And after that game, that's when I knew I was going to St. Pat's. But my boy, he passed away. He played at St. Pat's, Rashid Benson.
Oh, okay.
He dunked on Rashid Wallace.
Oh, he did?
Yes. The game was at Union Catholic. It was Union High School. He dunked on Rashid baseline. Like, Rashid was blocking everything, though. He was like 6'10". He was like number one player in high school.
Yeah, he was.
One.
Yeah.
They played them, and they came to Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like, the next year, he was in college. Like, yo, that's the dude that played in the game. He was at UNC. UNC,
yep. Yeah, man. So I went, he called me. Our relationship started at Central, though. He knows Coach Moten. They was good friends because they was in school around the same time.
His Simon Grass team was loaded. His high school team was loaded, though. They had some heat.
Loaded.
Yeah.
It was loaded.
That's about that Jersey. I'm like, you know what? I did come to Jersey.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely ask him next time I talk to him. I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, he did.
But nah, it was, that's why our relationship grew. From me playing at Central and him watching us. So he used to sit courtside watching us play. So he knew about me. And then once I didn't get drafted in the G League draft, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to go back overseas because the contracts they trying to give me some BS. So I was like, when he called, I'm like, man, this is a no-brainer because I want to end up coaching anyway. So that's kind of how I got, involved with Coach Wallace.
Yeah, ain't no better light than that. Being coaching, working with him, man.
That's
what more attention you need. Everybody
that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, you know what I mean? It was definitely something good to catch up with you, bro. See what you got going on with your life, man. I know you AAU coaching now. AAU program. You coaching AAU out there
man. Now? Yeah, man. We Boo Williams, Carolina right now. Then we gonna be transitioning to Nike She Wallace Select throughout midway through the year. So we under Boo Williams right now. Then we gonna transition into, trying to get She team or trying to go on that EYBL circuit.
Oh, sure. All right. Out of what area? What towns out there?
Durham, man.
Durham? Okay.
We Durham. Bull City.
My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, right.
Yeah.
I thought y'all a little outside the door, but y'all right there in Durham. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Kind of like y'all cheating, but I ain't gonna say nothing. You're like, nah, right here in Durham. Well, ain't gonna be hard to recruit out there.
Yeah, definitely not.
No, definitely not, man. But man, I'm honored, bro. You taking this time, catching up with me, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate you, Rod.
You know what I mean? Let me tell you the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate you.
Kids I coach with, and other people I coach, you know what I mean, involved with.
Okay.
Hear your story, man.
Okay, appreciate you, man.
You definitely was walking that talk, college basketball, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You're still doing it now, you know what I mean?
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying to do my just dues, man. That's it.
Yeah. That's all it is, man. But yeah, man, enjoy your day. You know, and we get in touch with you later this year, man. We catch up. We probably see each other on the road somewhere. You know what I mean? So
all right.
Right there in Kentucky, man. So
Yeah.
Bring the team out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no problem. We'll set something up. Yeah, we'll set something up.
Bro. Yeah, let's get it, man. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you for making it classic, man. I get it, bro. All right?
Definitely.
All right. Till next time, man.